Candace Owens is being sued for defamation for 20 million. By who? Maryland's Kimberly Klasick sues conservative commentator Candace Owens for defamation. Oh, this is a former Republican Wait, is this the lady that This is the lady I did a racism against, inadvertently. Oh my god, she's suing Candace Owens? That is amazing! It's happening, folks. What? Why is a Republican congressional candidate suing Candace? Hold on. Oh wait, just in case this gets turned into a segment, Ryan. I was trying to make a salient point about the way that black conservatives present themselves to appeal to, like, conservative white audience. I realized that I had said black woman and not black conservative woman, which is a little bit of context that would have helped me in this respect, but probably not enough, actually, because this is a pretty bad clip one way or another. Well, the context of this clip is I was watching the first day of the RNC, and this lady did the talking points, you know, that you just heard. You've heard them a million times before because they are Candace Owens-esque talking points. And what I was trying to say was, and I said this very poorly, and I acknowledge that, was essentially that, so the Republican Party very often engages in something called tokenization. Every group does it to some degree or another. But the Republican Party does it very often and to a very significant extent. And the reason they do that is because the Republican Party is often accused of being racist. I can't imagine why. And therefore, to deflect these accusations, which are necessary for them because they want to attract the votes of non-white, of non-white citizens, they engage in something called tokenization, which is essentially to have the opinions of a broader group of people represented through the talking points of one individual. And a lot of these talking points come from Candace Owens, who's a very, very popular conservative demagogue. So the comments that I were making in line there essentially were, if we were to be very, very charitable, and this is me being charitable, are I am tired and frustrated of hearing over and over again these talking points, which all sound like they come from Candace Owens, and then I made a weird comment about her hair, which I'll address in a second. But in all seriousness, though, I did make some rather uncouth comments about this woman, and I think that it was not only unfair of me to do so, it was also fucking stupid of me to do so. So, being incredibly charitable, what I was essentially trying to say is, what I was thinking in my head was, I made a comment about her hair because I feel like a lot of black conservative women straighten their hair because it's part of, like, appealing to a white base. And while there is a legitimate point to be made there, that's also a fucking stupid thing for me to say, because whether you're conservative or liberal, black women across the board straighten their hair or wear wigs to be more accepted in professional or political environments. So it was a fucking idiotic comment to make no matter what, because it doesn't matter if you're conservative or liberal or anything. Even if we're to assume it's okay for me to make comments about another person's appearance in that way, this is just something that black women have to do to a pretty great extent, even to be accepted in these professional environments, which is obviously not good. So for me to say that and lay the blame for that on the person who had to adhere to that expectation, it's pretty fucking weird, you know what I mean? That's what I had in my head. But what I said out loud was, all black women are like this. But thankfully, now that we're on level 2, Vosh, Adderall Andy over here, we're not going to misspeak like that anymore. So let's just move past that and just talk about I got articles written on me about that. I had an article written in the Post-Millennial. The Post-Millennial. Thank you. It was the Post-Millennial. And I got Ben Shapiro, Paul Joseph Watson tweeting about me. So that was cool. Guys, why the fuck would the Daily Stormer be mad at me and accuse me of being racist against a black woman? Can you think for a second? Why would they come? This lefty YouTuber was racist against a black woman. Daily Stormer? Maybe. I don't know. We live in clown world, so who knows. Anyway, Kimberly, former Republican congressional candidate in Maryland, is suing Candace Owens for $20 million in damages over an Instagram video Owens made in June, in which she alleged Klasick had committed campaign fraud, money laundering, illegally used drugs, and was a madam of a strip club? What? What happened? What led to this? What? The lawsuit filed in Baltimore County Circuit Court alleged Klasick lost a book deal, had politicians canceling fundraising appearances with her, and lost a contract with a, quote, nationally recognized vendor, end quote, after Owens posted the video June 22nd. Wait, that's recent. June 22nd? I assume this would have been a while ago because Klasick lost a while ago. What happened? In the 44-minute Instagram live video, Owens said Klasik's charity Potential Me was illegitimate, that Klasik was a stripper at a club owned by her husband, and that she misused campaign funds. What? Hey, conservative media. Is this not a little bit more racist? Like, just attacking like a black woman saying that she's a stripper? I don't know. This feels like it's got some undertones. A little bit of, Candace Owens? Racist? Whew, couldn't be. Couldn't be. She gained attention during her campaign for a viral video shared on Twitter by former President Donald Trump, which Klasik walked the streets of Baltimore highlighting vacant homes and declaring that black people don't have to vote Democrat. She was also a featured speaker at the RNC. That was wild, by the way, because she was at the RNC just a little bit after I got canceled with regards to her. So, like, seeing her shit talk me on Twitter and then seeing her at the fucking RNC was pretty wild. Oh, God. Her conflict with Owens began on Twitter in June when a debate about Joe Biden's decision to make Juneteenth a federal holiday culminated in a lengthy Instagram video posted by Owens, which has more than 1.6 million views. Owens, mostly known for her pro-Trump activism, has not taken the video down despite multiple letters from Klasik that the allegations were false, according to the suit. The lawsuit alleges Owens, quote, continues to support and encourage the harassment, end quote, of Klasik. So, here, what led Candace Owens to make this attack? The right doesn't turn on itself for nothing. There's usually a reason that they do it. Some ideological split, or they're siding with different groups, or trying to appeal to different factions within the Republican Party. What led to this? Because this is a pretty big... In the video, Owens said she is, quote, not an investigative journalist, and, quote, could not confirm any of the criminal allegations she makes against Klasik. That's good. I appreciate that. No, I like the honesty here from Candace Owens. She's just like, hey, this is, I don't know. I can't prove any of this. Okay, I'm just going off the tip of my tongue. But she went on to accuse Klasik of money laundering, tax fraud, and campaign fraud, as well as paying vendors to move money off the books and working to recruit strippers for a strip club. Owens said Klasik's husband owns, according to the lawsuit. What the fuck is going on? What are these accusations? Strip club? What? If you're at the RNC, why would you need to funnel strip club members into, like, you know what I mean? This would be saying like trying to cancel Donald Trump because he was like taking campaign finances away, like illegally, and putting them towards the paintball business that Melania Trump secretly owns. You know what I mean? Like, we've all been defrauded. The fundraising Donald Trump did is actually going towards the repainting of the walls inside, Wacky Mel's Fun Paint House or something. Like, it's such a weird juxtaposition of the trivial and the severe. Here's the Instagram live video. Oh my, 44 minutes. Give me the earbuds.
Okay, Instagram. Let's start at the very beginning. This one is really important. Doesn't really matter how you feel about me. You got to watch this if you are a sincere patriot, if you love this country, and if you are a Republican, most importantly, you should be watching this because we are all getting played and we are all getting scammed, and it is embarrassing to me that this is something that I uncovered. We have tons of organizations that have, raised millions and millions of dollars that should be protecting voters and doing due diligence and getting to the bottom of certain things. Okay, so first and foremost, my show tonight is at 9 p.m. Eastern, and I wanted to source like where these pictures were coming from, and I came across like she really cares about Baltimore. Like, if you really care about Baltimore, why are you in the inner cities doing this? Because we know what strip clubs are about. And that's not to say that you can't be a stripper and reform yourself, but this isn't that story, right? She's not like she's come out and talked about being a stripper. And
I just want to say, by the way, that no matter what moral axis you're deriving your beliefs from, being Candace Owens is objectively a more severe case of whoring yourself out than anything you could ever do in a strip club. There is no sex act that a human being is capable of committing that could entail a degree of selling yourself out more than what Candace Owens does. It's not possible. So, I don't know, glass houses. This isn't even a glass house, okay? This is like those fake sugar glass houses that Hollywood studios use for like safety glass when you throw people through and it just breaks the glass, This is a house made of like saran wrap and like candy glass. I don't know.
She's upset that I'm not celebrating Juneteenth and is saying that I'm bad for the black community. So I'm like, that's a little like ironic, right? It's just a little bit ironic. Like, okay. So
okay.
The person, because I wanted to confirm that I am a bad look for the Black community, I'm not good for the Black communities, I don't want to celebrate Juneteenth, and yet the debauchery that happens at a strip club, the vulnerable women that are at strip clubs, all of this.
I don't know why I'm looking through this, because I'm waiting to find a little bit of it where she provides any evidence for her claims, and I know I'm not going to find it. Why am I looking for this right now? Jesus Christ. It'd be like me trying to look through a magician's act and try to find, like, the point where the magic evidence happens. You know what I mean? Like, the whole point is to avoid providing that. Okay, yeah. I don't know why I'm wasting my time with that. How is this still up even after the suit has gone public? It means that Candace Owens is confident. I'll talk about that in a second. Baseless character assassination has no place in political dialogue, Klasik's attorney Jacob Frenkel said in a statement. The defendant chose to use her huge social media platform to attack a respected Baltimore political figure. I don't know about that. We are using the proper forum, the power of the courts, to respond. The detail in Ms. Klasik's lawsuit speaks for itself. Klasik has since released multiple statements on her Twitter and YouTube accounts denying Owens' allegations. She has falsely accused me, private citizens, and businesses of federal crimes, so I would like this to play out in court rather than social media, Klasik wrote in a June 24th Twitter statement. Representatives for Owens did not respond to requests for comment Monday. I don't think that Owens is going to lose this. I don't think Klasik has a chance. Hold on, let me see if I can... Kimberly Klasik? Twitter. Give me that drama. Red Renaissance. Yeah, that's pretty red. Wow. Jesus. That's a very strong color theming there. Oh my god. Feels like a mimetic virus here. Oh, it's hard to look at. Okay, hold on. Oh, this is that video that went viral. Democrats don't want you to see this. They're scared that I'm exposing what life is like in Democrat-run cities. That's why I'm running for Congress. Because all Black lives matter. Baltimore matters, and Black people don't have to vote Democrat.
Basic. This is Baltimore, the real Baltimore. This is the reality for Black people every single day. Crumbling infrastructure, abandoned homes, poverty, and crime.
That feel when you say all this, then your party overwhelmingly votes against the infrastructure bill.
Baltimore has been run by the Democrat Party for 53 years. What is the result of their decades of leadership? Baltimore is one of the top 5 most dangerous cities in America.
I've actually been to Baltimore before. I have, or at least I used to have friends who lived there. And, yeah, it had some pretty severe problems. I won't lie. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it's pretty bad. But, like, this is one of the grifts that Republicans keep doing, you know? Black people tend to vote Democrat because Republicans are super racist, so mostly Black cities have Democrat mayors. Well, the problem is, the problems in those cities are like massive, countrywide, systemic racist issues that no mayor can solve on their own, meaning that the Democrat mayors end up taking the blame for the systemic racism that's present everywhere. Like, it's not like outside of Baltimore, in Republican-run cities, Black people aren't still economically disadvantaged. It's the case everywhere, you know? This is like a correlation, causation kind of issue, you know?
The murder.
Wait, what was that in chat? You can tell she wasn't a stripper. She looks awkward in those heels.
Baltimore is one of the top 5 most dangerous cities in America. The murder rate in Baltimore is 10 times the U.S. average. The Baltimore poverty rate is over 20%.
By the way, no hate, by the way. I couldn't walk in heels. I tried once. I had, like, they were like stage heels that some college friends had that had like wide flared like foot because I'm a size 14 men's shoe, so like I'm not gonna find any heels I can walk in normally, but they were like practice heels kind of. And yeah, no, I don't know why people would do that to themselves.
Homicide, drug, and...
Wait, is she green screened? There's no way she's green screened. No, is she green screened? There's no way.
The U.S. average. The Baltimore poverty...
No way.
...rate is over 20%.
No. This can't be. No, this can't be. No, stop. No, she can't be.
Dangerous cities.
The shadow... Well, even if it was on a green screen, you could still have the shadow. No, you could just take these videos. It's not green screened. It just looks awkward, okay? It just looks awkward. It's not green screened, okay?
The murder rate in Baltimore is 10 times the U.S. average. The Baltimore...
Yeah, it's like a shitty Insta filter or something. It's not green screen. Though I have to admit, that would be enormously funny. You guys know that, that Whitest Kids You Know segment at the end? Where it was like, we shot this safely from a green screen. From a distance the whole time. It's like the reverse of that, I guess.
Poverty rate is over 20%. Homicide, drug, and alcohol deaths are skyrocketing in our city. Do you believe Black Lives Matter?
Sure.
I do.
Cool.
The vast majority of crime in Baltimore is perpetrated against Black people, who make up 60% of the population. So why don't we care about our communities? The Democrat Party have betrayed the Black people of Baltimore. If the politicians walk the streets like I do, they would see...
Oh no! Candace accused her of being a streetwalker. This is where this comes from.
exactly how their policies and corruption affects us. If they don't want to see it, they don't want you to see this. Go to any Baltimore neighborhood and ask this question. Do you want to defund the police?
No.
No.
Absolutely not.
I had 3 sons killed in Baltimore City. And I think if we defund the police officer, it's going to be worse than that. So no, I'm opposed to that.
What are you going to defund the police for? Why? How do you defend your city, your community?
By the way, just so you guys know, this is unfortunately a completely correct point. This is one of the reasons why in hindsight, I don't even, like, ooh, I got stuff to say about this. Ooh, I got words and thoughts to say about this. Look, all I'm going to say is that while Vosh, literally 3 random people who agree, look at the demographics of people who say defund the police, okay? It's not black people, it's mostly white people, okay? Look, all I'm going to say is this, okay? There are some serious problems with our police, and I think that every available effort should be made to take apart the institutions that we live in, but the slogan, defund the police, overwhelmingly resonated with certain groups over others, and the last people who are gonna, like, resonate with that are people in communities that are under siege by crime, you know? And that is going to overwhelmingly, like, be black people, especially in a lot of these neighborhoods, you know? The last thing you want for, like, BLM advocacy is the idea that, like, the needs of the people most affected by police brutality are being co-opted by the most radical elements of the less affected left. On the other hand, there were black activists saying defund the police. It's not like it came from outside and only from white people. It's complicated. It's just the point that's being made here is largely correct. The point that, like, a lot of people who live in communities like this do not want to defund the police.
Families are losing people.
It's not just Baltimore. The worst place for a black person to live in America is a Democrat-controlled city.
That's because the parts of the cities that have the most black people vote Democrat. So the worst places for black people to live are going to be areas with a lot of income inequality for black people, and that's going to be where the most black people live, and that's going to be cities that have Democrat mayors. This is like, anyone who makes this is like 5th grade, what if the data goes the other way around argument, you know?
2020. Name a blue city where black people's lives have gotten better. Try.
Wait, over what length of... Wait, what? Over what length of time? Since Jim Crow? Since slavery? Wait, what time range are we talking about here? Also, name a Republican city where things are getting better for black people. This is what I mean. They sidestep the real question every time.
I'll wait.
I'll wait.
Look at this. How are children supposed to live here
and
sucks. Play here?
Why not do the reparations and an infrastructure bill?
Democrats think black people are...
Why do we keep focusing on the feet?
...are stupid. They think they can control us forever. That we won't demand better and that we'll keep voting for them forever, despite what they've done to our families and our communities.
This is the Democratic plantation talking point. I mean, this is the, like, black people suffer problems and black people vote Democrats, therefore Democrats overwhelmingly cause the problems and Democrats are controlling black people. It's actually like, I don't know how to put this exactly, but I think this is, like, super fucking racist, you know? For, like, the small collection of black conservatives, their line to be like, oh yeah, black people, the only reason you vote Democrat is because you've been brainwashed into being slaves of the Democratic Party. That's the whole Candace Owens Democratic plantation talking point. It's like, it's like really, really patronizing, you know? Like, oh yeah, black people, you've just been conditioned into belief. Did you know that the Democrats were the the South pro-slavery ones. Notice how she hasn't made any policy prescriptions? Yeah, they never will, of course, because all this is trying to do is siphon voters off to the Republicans. She's not going to commit to any policy positions.
Are they right? I'm Kim Klacik, and I'm running for Congress because I actually care about Black lives. All Black lives matter. Our community
Except Candace's. I bet she doesn't believe that anymore.
matter. Baltimore matters. And Black people don't have to vote Democrat.
Oh yeah, she got crushed, by the way. She got absolutely crushed in the primaries. This looks pretty green screened. Is this a real screenshot? Oh my god. Okay, I don't think this is green screened. Is this just like a filter? Why would they green screen her in? Is it that hard to just... No, it's not green screen. This has to be some filter thing, right? What's with that leg? Oh, you never seen what a real woman looks like before? You'll get used to your TikTok and Instagram filters where women have straight bones. Nah, in real life, they're all like curvy boned and shit. Anyway, weren't we here to talk about Candace Owens? Let me see if we can't find... Rarely do I just scroll through a person's Twitter feed, but I'm reasonably confident that Kimberly Klacik hasn't posted any pornography to her feed recently. Now, I don't know that for sure, so if I suddenly end stream, it's because there was some, I don't know, anal fisting she accidentally retweeted or something. She falsely accused me, she wrote in a June 24th Twitter statement. Didn't you have a run-in with this person a while back? Yeah, I got a ton of attention over it for admittedly some pretty bad language. Ha! If I don't seem particularly apologetic about it, it's because I'm still guffawing at the irony of people like Paul Joseph Watson accusing me of being racist. I've seen excerpts from Ben Shapiro's books. I'm not going to pay attention to these motherfuckers trying to cancel me. Come on now. All right, sure. Boss, you're always getting in trouble, bro. Yeah, it has, like, no impact on me, though. Because, like, again, what do conservatives care? Like, conservatives are going to be like, that was a racist thing you said. I don't, it's a conservatives, you know? It's... If only they were more principled. Anyway. Sometimes I wonder when, if ever, Black America will wake up to the psychological warfare and perpetual brainwash to believe everything is racist. See, it's so patronizing to Black people. Like when China starts talking about Black Lives Matter, how is it not obvious that we are political pawns? Hashtag Juneteenth 2021. Klacik says she replied, believe it or not, many in Black America are very aware that the fight is about classism rather than racism. Unfortunately, the loudest mouths with the largest platforms represent the majority. This might come as a shock to you because of your lack of engagement with Black people. Oh no! Oh no! I can't even say the words that Klacik is implying apply to Candace Owens right here. Oh no. Some 4 days later, Candace Owens published that live video for on Kimberly Klacik. So she just did it as a clapback? Like Klacik was like, hey, you don't seem to care much about Black people, and Candace Owens was like, all right, you're committing tax fraud, campaign finance violations, you are a stripper, your husband owns strippers, it's a sex trade thing, you're a pedophile, you drink adrenochrome, you like... And here's the big court statement, which is 144 pages long, so we're probably not going to read the whole thing, but... Oh, God. Read it all? Yeah, I don't think so. I will say this, though. I would be very surprised if Kimberly Klacik ended up winning this. Unfortunately... Well, maybe not unfortunately, but it's worth noting that the standard for defamation against public figures is incredibly difficult to prove. The actual malice standard means that if you're a public figure and you want to sue another person for defamation, you need to be able to prove that they knowingly lied and that you suffered real, like, monetary or otherwise damages.
She made the allegations that we were laundering money and doing drugs and recruiting, I guess, women to a adult club, which is basically saying that we are accused of human trafficking. She said in this video that she could not verify any of this information. She said that we were partying in a club during the campaign with campaign funds. Armstrong, if she was the detective that she pretends to be, she would know that all of the clubs in Baltimore City were shut down due to the pandemic in Baltimore. So there was no possible way anybody was partying in a club were able to launder money into a club that was completely closed.
Now, the damages can be proved if Kimberly Klacik did indeed lose a book deal. Yes, thank you for the tweet that you guys keep linking. I really appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. I thank you so much. There are literally 3 instances of it on screen, and there were half a dozen more above. I see it. Thank you. Much appreciated. Anyway, on account of the actual malice standard, you have to be able to prove that they knowingly lied. And that is really, 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 really difficult to do. So I'd be very surprised if Kimberly Klacik actually ends up winning this. I don't even know. Yeah. How often do defamation cases even actually resolve in the plaintiff's favor when they're a public figure? How often does that happen? I don't know. I honestly don't know if I can remember more than a few cases in my life of that happening. This seems like knowing lies on the part of Candace Owens. Conservatives run this pretty easily. Conservatives will lie very confidently because they know that it's really, really, really difficult to prove defamation against public figures here. Like, for instance, you know, with Dominion, all of those outlets that were saying that Dominion was run by Hugo Chavez to run votes to China, to change the votes, to, like, this is really silly stuff, but a ton of outlets felt comfortable saying this. And some of them, like, walked it back when it became clear Dominion was going to get litigious over it, but some didn't, and now who's in a lawsuit for, what was it, 100 million? Who is it again? I know that Sidney Powell is cuckarinoed. Who else? Pillow Guy. Yeah, Pillow Guy, Newsmax. Yeah. Mike Lindell for 1 billion. Oh, 1 billion. Sorry. It's just, there's such large numbers. Such big numbers. Now, in that case, I feel like it might be a little bit easier to prove the defamation standard for public figures, in large part because the claims about Dominion were spread so wide and so readily discussed that it's probably going to be possible to find evidence they knowingly lied. As for what Candace Owens said, I don't know. Candace Owens could just say, oh, I heard this from a person close to me. It'd be really, really difficult to unsnare that, you know? Well, anyway, good luck to the both of them. I hope they're both doing great. I think they're both miserable pieces of shit, but it is funny. It is extremely funny, actually. So good luck.